Hello friends, this is Sam Cheney reporting for WeaponizedNews.com. Today's August 10th, 2017, and tensions continue to increase between the United States, North Korea, and China. I know, like many of you do, that war is a racket, but what do you do when North Korea is threatening to strike Guam, our allies, South Korea, Japan, the mainland United States? They've said they're going to blow up the whole world, basically, right? And so we don't even know if they have the capabilities to do so. We know that war propaganda comes out, lies of WMDs to go into Iraq and such. Now, circulating in the mainstream media is that North Korea has miniaturized a nuke and put it on it, and has the capability to put it on an intercontinental ballistic missile, and we need to go in there and first strike. Is it true? Can they do it? They've been testing nukes. They've been testing missiles. Do we wait and find out till they go ahead and nuke Guam, nuke Hawaii, nuke Japan, nuke South Korea? We're in a very tough situation. Tensions are escalating. Today, North Korea's raised fists in show of strength at rally. I'll show you some photos of that. This is the Drudge Report. Missiles 14 minutes till they hit Guam. Pentagon ready. Japanese troops begin joint military exercise. China warns America, don't go first. So who's going to do what in this tense geopolitical situation? North Korea is China's little bulldog, and everybody says, "Oh, Kim Jong-un is a crazy dictator." He may be a dictator, brutal and evil, but I don't think he's crazy. He might be a little crazy, but he's more evil than anything. And what about all the victims, the poor North Korean people who are stuck in slave labor camps? What about all them? They're stuck under this brutal dictatorship. They're going to be the victims if the United States strikes first. Truly disturbing situation that's happening. And once again, we know that war is a racket, but we have to do something. We can't let this Kim Jong-un, North Korean dictator, attack us first and possibly start World War III. And then the analyst Joel Skousen from World Affairs Briefs has been warning for 10, 15 years that North Korea is going to be the kickoff of World War III, that the United States is going to go ahead and let China and Russia, either or both, hit us with a nuclear strike and not retaliate, not try to defend it, let us take the strike. You can go search Joel Skousen's analysis. He's been saying it for a long time. And then that'll be the excuse to bring in world government. The Anglo-American establishment needs to unite, and the rest of the world needs to unite against these evil forces that have nuked the United States, North America, and China and Russia are going to use North Korea to trigger such an event. May very well be possible. Let's get to these headlines and break it down a little bit further now. Here's the Drudge Report. Already went over those headlines. Here's a map. Here's a map about what we're looking at here. Here's North Korea. You can see there in the red. You can see South Korea is right there, separated by the DMZ, demilitarized zone. You can see China right there. You can see Russia right there. And there's Japan. Here's Guam. You can see Guam down there at the bottom right. And so there's a map about what it looks like. Also the Philippines, one of our allies. And so you can see there's a map about what it looks like. And you got North Korea shooting off missiles. I mean, it's pretty crazy times right now. Continuing here. Rhetoric today out of the United States, out of President Trump. Trump tells Kim his fire and fury warning to North Korea was not tough enough. Then says he will spend billions on missile defense and making the U.S. nuclear arsenal even more lethal. Wow. And then North Korea's response. North Korea responds, vows to mercilessly wipe out provocateurs, blast U.S. will suffer final doom. Here's that rally today. North Korea stages mass rally as thousands raise their fists in show of strength after Donald Trump threatens to destroy the regime. Here's some photos of that rally. Propaganda coming out of North Korea. The raised fists there. The fist of fury. You can see the propaganda. Will all these soldiers really fight? They have 700,000 soldiers. Supposedly, will they fight to the death? The military is the only one living a halfway decent life in this military communist dictatorship. Their show of force there. It is kind of scary. I mean, look at that communist propaganda poster right there. They're all holding up their fists. Continuing here. North Korea missiles can reach Guam in 14 minutes, local officials say, in Guam. Mattis, Secretary of Defense, military solution in place to address North Korean threat. Pentagon unveils plan for preemptive strike on North Korea. And they talk about here, there is no good option. A lot of people are going to die if this actually turns into a hot war. U.S.-Japanese troops begin joint military exercise amid North Korean threat. Back to the map here, just so you can take a look about the geography, about what's going on. Continuing here. Chinese paper says China should stay neutral if North Korea attacks first. If North Korea launches an attack that threatens the United States, then China should stay neutral. But if the United States attacks first and tries to overthrow North Korea's government, China will stop them. A Chinese state-run newspaper said Friday. Is this the buildup to kick off World War III, like Joel Skousen has warned? You can't have it both ways, China. You can't say that North Korea could attack us and then you're going to remain neutral, but if we attack first, then we're going to have a big problem and start World War III. You can't have it both ways. You need to rein in your bulldog, your pit bull on a leash there, and tell him to calm the hell down. Continuing, Chinese state media asks, can Trump win the game of chicken with North Korea? And so they're prodding Donald Trump there. And missed out here in all this North Korea-U.S. talk. Little mentioned. In escalating standoff, India Army orders people near Chinese border to vacate village. Tensions are now escalating between India and China, both armed with nukes. There's a map there, a small map. See if we can. Here's what they're talking about: the India-China border. Tensions are escalating there. And then back here to this report out of Reuters. We see down here, U.S. destroyer challenges China's claim in South China Sea. Don't forget about the islands that China's building in the South China Sea. They're building these islands, militarizing them, and claiming that it's their sea lanes now when those are international waters. So tensions are escalating very quickly. We've got North Korea threatening the United States, and obviously we cannot allow them to develop an intercontinental ballistic nuclear missile and threaten us and our allies. China's saying they're not going to do anything. they're going to start World War III if we strike first. Russia's telling everybody to go ahead and relax. We need diplomacy on the table. You've got China building these islands in the South China Sea, trying to take over that area. You've got tensions on the India-China border. All these players have nuclear weapons. The United States, India, China, Russia. Reports say North Korea has developed a nuke, miniaturized, that can be launched by a missile and possibly hit us. We don't know if those reports are true. Again, but things are getting very tense. We need to pray for peace. Everybody needs to realize that war's a racket. And hope that cooler heads will prevail in these truly troubling geopolitical times. Do your own research. Prepare. Subscribe to this channel. Speak out and take action.